Moving on to the other big story that we are tracking, just 2 months after a violent clash at the Galwan Valley, Chinese PLA troops have again violated the status quo in eastern Ladakh. Chinese troops attempted to quash the consensus arrived at between India and China during diplomatic engagements. We are being told by sources there was no physical clash. The Chinese government has also reacted to the incident and has denied all claims made by the Indian army. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman has said that Chinese troops never crossed the line of actual control. He also said that both sides are in communication regarding the situation on the ground. Take a listen in.
中国边防部队一贯严格遵守实际控制线，从未越线活动。两国边防部队一直就现地问题保持着沟通。
Let's understand what exactly unfolded in the region. The Pangong Lake, which is located by both India and China, the finger area of Pangong So is made up of spurs that rise along the bank of the lake. The presence of the Chinese army continues from finger 4 to finger 8. The latest confrontation took place on the southern bank of the Pangong Lake. The incidents took place overnight between August 29th and 30th. According to a statement by the army, Chinese soldiers are said to have come in large numbers along the south bank of the Pangong Lake. According to government sources, the intent was to unilaterally occupy areas and alter the status quo. The Indian government sources went on to say that Indian troops preempted PLA activity on the southern bank of Pangong So Lake, undertook measures to strengthen positions and thwart Chinese intentions to unilaterally change facts on the ground. The Indian Army is committed to maintaining peace and tranquility through dialogue, but is also equally determined to protect its territorial integrity, as per the statement. A brigade commander level flag meeting is in progress at Chushul to resolve the issues. The major flare-up in Ladakh takes place as PLA troops have taken position deep into Indian claimed territory. At a feature known as Finger 4, cutting off over 50 square kilometers of land that was earlier being patrolled by both sides. Indian and Chinese troops have been engaged in a bitter standoff in several areas along the line of actual control. The formal process of disengagement of the troops began on the 6th of July. And with that, tensions between India and China continue to escalate. China refuses to de-escalate at the line of actual control, despite several diplomatic and military-level talks. Clashes erupted between the Indian and Chinese troops on the 15th of June in the Galwan Valley. Both sides suffered casualties in the face of. Talks were held between the Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi on the 18th of June. A record 11-hour military-level discussion was held between the two sides on the 22nd of June. On the 5th of July, talks were held between the Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and the Chinese Foreign Minister. On the night of August 29-30th, China carried out provocative movements at Pangong So. And joining us live on the broadcast this minute is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, as we just told our viewers, several rounds of discussions that have taken place between the two sides. What is the latest that you have on the brigade commander level flag meeting, which is in progress at Chushul, to try and resolve the issues?
Well, Molly, talks continue, but the situation remains precarious at the line of actual control, specifically talking about the Pangong Lake. So exactly what happened on the intervening night of August 29th and 30 was around midnight, around more than 100 Chinese troops tried to scale a specific unnamed area in south bank of Pangong Lake. But the Indian side, it has a very strong surveillance system on that side, saw the movement and preempted it. And because of the presence of the Indian troops on a higher altitude, it was thwarted. The Chinese wanted to occupy that specific area. So now, of course, the focus is on disengagement, from the northern bank, from Finger 4 to Finger 8. That remains a contentious issue, but it looks like the Chinese have consolidated their positions there. And sources in the government have told WION that there can be more future such incidences, because it looks like the Chinese have clearly given away their intent and their, it seems, desire to be more aggressive, not only with India but rest of the Asian countries as well, because it looks like now the Chinese have seen, or perhaps saw, an opportunity amidst the COVID crisis to be more assertive. And it's very surprising that 2 months after the Galwan incident, the Chinese side still trying to occupy or create friction in the area. But by and large, the situation is very, very cautious. Talks are something that, of course, New Delhi has been talking about. There have been multiple rounds of talks that have been taking place, both at the military level and the diplomatic level. But it now looks all of no use, given the fact that the Chinese continue to do their provocative attempts of trying to occupy areas, especially when it comes to the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. But all the sectors, the middle sector, the western sector and the eastern sector, the Indian forces are on high alert.
Indeed, and those talks in Chushul are currently underway. Of course, coming back to you as and when we do have further updates on that front. Thanks very much, Siddhant. We earlier also spoke to Swaran Singh, who is a professor at the School of International Studies at the Jawaharlal Nehru University. Listen in to what he had to say about China's provocation at the line of actual control.
Primarily focused on ensuring peace and tranquility on the border. So right now, for example, even if we assume that we are now moving to chapter 2 of India-China relationship on the border, where India is shifting from accepting the asymmetric relationship to now standing up to China. And Chinese are likewise moving away from what they used to call buying time and hiding your strengths to now showcasing their strengths. So we are both moving in next chapter of the relationship. So this does not mean that there is a failure of disengagement negotiations. We have seen that Wang Yi, the foreign minister, and the special representative has been talking to our national security advisor. Working mechanism on consultation and coordination on the border affairs has been happening. Repeated meetings have happened. So also corps commanders on the border. This is part of bringing that force projection into negotiations as to how much can be pushed the other side. And I'm saying Pangong Lake has seen perhaps the largest area where the confusion between what we consider LAC and what Chinese are claiming LAC. That distance is huge, of 5 fingers as we call it, the distance between finger 8 and finger 4 and 5. So this area is noticing little ratcheting up, because this is part of influence negotiations. But negotiations have not come to an end. If you have heard, the spokesperson from China has said India should look at the big picture. India, of course, is looking at the big picture. In India, the way India is approaching this whole border negotiations is part of, for example, banning Chinese apps, tightening regulations. So it's a multi-pronged strategy to influence negotiations on the border between corps commanders and also between the two foreign ministries. So this is not something which is going to completely alter and halt negotiations. Negotiations are continuing, but these are kind of push and shove that will happen partly to influence those negotiations. Chinese wish that we should kind of accept that asymmetric relationship on the border, but India is no longer willing to do that. India is now, I think, very much prepared to stand up to China and stuff. That is a new approach. And that is, kind of jostling that is happening between two sides at all levels, including on the border between troops.